Live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I am streaming to you from Central Europe near the Danube in the beautiful city of Budapest. Hi Pachu, hi Sioguz. Good to see a member in class on time. Hi Chung Min. Good to see you as well. Bishal, Lean, Alhamd. Good to see you. Hi Shang Hung. IELTS Task 2 writing for a Band 9, finishing the essay we started yesterday, especially working on the body paragraphs and the conclusion. Bishal, if you're having trouble getting membership to our channel, just send me an email and I'll give you some further guidance. So again, the materials come from our website, aehelp.com, for the academic version of the exam. And if you're looking for general IELTS materials, check us out at gieltshelp.com. Those websites, and they look like this. This is the academic with the blue background. You can click that red button to join. You get a My Student account with our premium course. And in your premium course, you have access to interactive practice tests that you can do anywhere, anytime, especially through our app. And then you also have your full online course. It's an interactive course with over 400 slides of strategies. Then you have PDF access to workbooks, and you have over 100 hours of lesson videos, so lots of goodies there for you. Same idea with the general website. Click that big red button to join us there. If you have questions, comments, write to us. Send me an email, Adrian, A-D-R-I-A-N, at aehelp.com. You can download our app from your Play Store for both iOS and Android. Academic IELTS Help. All right, students, so today is the last live class for this week. Next week, we start up again on Wednesday. And we'll have some great topics. Today, we'll finish the task 2 that we started yesterday. So here we go. Let's just quickly review the question from yesterday and then the introductory paragraph, and then we'll go on to the body paragraphs and the conclusion. So here we go. This is the question. IELTS Task 2 writing. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Currently, there is a trend toward alternative forms of medicine. However, at best, these methods are ineffective, and at worst, they may be dangerous. To what extent do you agree with this statement? Use examples and explanations to support your opinion. Hi, Firdavs. Hi, Amrit. A couple more of our members. Hi, Alvina. Alvina, you did your exam, if I'm not mistaken, already, which is great. All right, so this is a persuasive essay. We are writing it in third-person voice, so we're not using I, me, my, you. We discussed the topic, which is alternative or traditional medicine. We used some critical thinking to decide that traditional medicine is an ancient form of medicine that has been around for a long time, passed down from our ancestors. Why is it used? Because of experience, because it's cheap, because it's natural ingredients, because it focuses on healing, less side effects, easily available. So we came up with some good ideas that we used for our thesis. And finally, we were able to write our introductory paragraph using the hook, the background, and the thesis to complete the introduction. Right? All right, so let's look at the introductory paragraph. and then we'll start in with body paragraph 1 together. So this is what we have so far. It is a Band 9 example. So many people believe in using alternative medicines to treat their illnesses. Traditional forms of medicine have been around for centuries and include the use of herbs, elements, oils, and even energy transference. It is vital to assess the utility of such treatments in a modern world of medicine for the benefit of patients. And then here comes our thesis. So this is very important for us because it gives us the structure of the remaining essay. So although some individuals ascertain that alternative medicine is a negative trend, this is completely inaccurate because alternative medicine is extremely inexpensive and effective intervention for most ailments. Okay. What's our first point? What should we start with? So how do we start our body paragraph 1 from this? So body paragraph 1, it should have a topic sentence. That's right, Lean Alhamd. We have a topic sentence. And that's right, Roshni. We're talking about that it's inexpensive. So, students, give me some topic sentences using this thesis. So, alternative medicine is extremely inexpensive. Thank you, Roshni. Yeah, I had a big sneeze there. Thank you, Oguz. So give me a topic sentence. Give me a nice topic sentence to start off this body paragraph. So Amrit says, utilizing the drugs in life can become mandatory and the alternative forms are completely quite cheaper. Okay, Amrit, not utilizing, but using medications may be mandatory, and alternative forms are comparatively quite cheap. Comparatively quite cheap, not quite cheaper. Amrit, I'm not sure what you mean by mandatory. You might want to rethink that. Monica Lama says traditional medicines are affordable. Yeah, I really like that word affordable, Monica. That's great. Oh, thank you, Alvina. I just read your comment there. That's great that you finished the exam, and definitely send me an email. I'd love to learn how you did. Onisim Lanut says Eastern medical forms are far more accessible than modern medicine, owing to the original term, as herby and plants are produced by natural means. Onisim, I think you're adding a lot of information into one idea or one sentence there. It's not good. You need to break that into something a little bit simpler. I really like Monica's approach so far. She just said traditional medicines are affordable. Maybe a little bit more to that, Monica, but it's a great start. Okay. Zach, this is not about the side effects because the thesis says that it's about the cost. Roshni says most of the herbs in Eastern medicine, which are collected through natural resources, are not only affordable, but also effective. Roshni, we don't want to do that because we're talking about the effectiveness of natural medicines in the next body paragraph. Kisi says spending a couple of dollars can cure lots of diseases which are in comparison, much more expensive with modern medicine. Kesey, I think that's good, but I think that's more of an explanation. Okay, so you're going towards an explanation. All right, so let's take what Monica gave us. We'll build off of that. So that was a good, good start. So many forms of alternative medicines are quite affordable for the general public. Okay, so that could be a topic sentence. Many forms of alternative medicines are quite affordable for the general public. And we can add a little bit to it and can be easily accessed. Okay, so we can add that little bit of detail. And then we want an explanation. Okay, so now we need an explanation. So now we want to explain this topic sentence. Many forms of alternative medicines are quite affordable for the general public and can be easily accessed. Okay. Onisim says, Lanut says, alternative treatment is an affordable means of curing ailments. Yeah, Onisim, that's a good topic sentence. Nuit Ho says, it is undeniable that traditional medicines are much cheaper than modern ones. Nuit, that's also a good topic sentence. So those are good topic sentences. Lani Daulak says, traditional medicines somehow are true and very safe to health since there are no symptomatic ingredients added. Lani, that does not work for this body paragraph. Again, remember, students joining in, that you have to use your thesis to build your body paragraphs. The thesis clearly states that extremely inexpensive is our first point. Okay. Now we have that topic sentence, and we're looking for an explanation. So Lean Alham says, unlike modern medicines, our alternative treatment is often available in desirable at desirable prices. Lean, that's good. At desirable prices, and don't repeat medicine. Amina says, some people would argue that they can grow medical plants in their backyard. Sure, that's a good explanation, Amina. Typhoon says, because some requirements, which are plants like pill for alternative medicine, can be found in nature easily. Typhoon, I think I know what you're trying to say, but it's awkward phrasing, so you need to reorganize the words so it's clear. Okay. Amrit says, alternative medicines have been curing diseases for a long time and continue to prove good results in current scenarios. Amrit, the effectiveness of alternative medicines, that's our second body paragraph. So all of what you're writing there, you need to consider it for your second body paragraph, okay? Chantal says, modern medicines are available at low cost and very affordable because they are produced in bulk. Produced in bulk, Chantal, because that last part is a passive sentence. Produced in bulk by companies, by pharmaceutical or by naturopathic companies. Okay, explanation. In many cases, traditional treatments can be, or remedies, let's go with that, can be bought for just a few dollars or even produced in a person's backyard. Okay, so here I'm showing the explanation for how it's affordable and easily accessed, right? And then I can compare it to modern medicine if I really want to. It's not completely necessary, but I can say as where modern pharmaceuticals may cost 10 times as much for the same intervention. As much to cure the same illness. Okay, so that's my explanation. Okay, so many forms of alternative medicines are quite affordable for the general public and can be easily accessed. In many cases, traditional remedies can be bought for just a few dollars or even produced in a person's backyard, as where modern pharmaceuticals may cost 10 times as much to cure the same illness. Okay, so far so good. Let's include an example. So again, this is third person. Do not write I or you. Give me some examples. Okay. Goose, the explanation should always explain the topic sentence. So the topic sentence is about the affordability of traditional medicines. So here I'm explaining that what that means is that it costs just a few dollars or can even be produced by an individual, right? You're very welcome, Alvina. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for your positive feedback. Okay, so Lean Alham says, to clarify, acupuncture has less complications in terms of cost. The patient can save their money, which would be wasted on prescriptions, on chemical prescriptions. So Lean, notice the corrections there, okay? It's not bad, but I had to correct a little bit. Lean, I think acupuncture might not be the best example for this. So students, always try to think of a few different examples for your body paragraphs and choose one that's easy and that works for both body paragraphs, okay? So here is a very important point for today's lesson. Okay, so I'm going to emphasize this for you when you're practicing this at home to make sure that you're keeping this in mind, okay? So when you, this is a very important strategy or tip, okay? Keep this in mind. When you are thinking of your example for your explanations, make sure it is easy, clear, and can be used in both body paragraphs for both points. Okay? And you'll see an example of that in just a moment. That's a very effective way to connect your essays. All right? So Amrit Bogan says the example, like herbs of aloe vera, which is the main ingredient for many drugs, were grown last year in my garden, resulting in savings of a few dollars. Amrit, it's not bad, but remember that this is third person. So aloe vera is a very good example. Amrit, absolutely. Most of us can grow that plant in our homes. And it is effective for many different kinds of ailments. for example, minor burns and cuts. Okay, and you should include that. So you can say many people have aloe vera plants in their home which they use to treat minor burns and cuts. This is relatively low cost compared to going to the store and buying expensive creams to treat the same injuries. Okay, so that would work really well. Okay, so aloe vera is a good one, and you could use that for the next body paragraph because it's a very effective medicine. Okay. Typhoon says, to give an example, a person who has not received enough vitamin C is able to get this from fruits such as orange. Typhoon, it's not bad, but I think vitamin deficiency is maybe not the best example to use in the essay. Chantal says, antibiotics used to treat bacterial infections are more expensive than natural antibiotics like parsley and garlic. Very good, Chantal. Absolutely. So, Chantal, I'm going to take yours and show you how you can make that even a little bit better. Okay. So there are a lot of great examples. Chamomile tea, for example, is very effective also to treat inflammation and other types of ailments. Okay, so here's the example. For instance, antibiotics used to treat bacterial infections can cost $100 for just a few pills. However, natural antibiotics like parsley and garlic cost just a few cents. Okay, so here, students and members, the class that we just had for punctuation, so bringing a little bit of that punctuation into this lesson as well. Notice that here I have my leading expression, for instance. I'm following that with a comma. Antibiotics used to treat bacterial infections. Chantal, it's bacterial, adjective for that noun. Infections can cost $100 for just a few pills. Okay, so here I'm using quantitative language, numbers. Numbers are good to think of when you are writing your example. All right, for just a few pills, semicolon, however, comma. Okay, so I'm making that connection with a similar related sentence. Natural antibiotics. Now I don't need the semicolon here. As I said in my previous class, usually the semicolon can be replaced by a comma, especially in modern writing. So, however, natural antibiotics like parsley and garlic cost just a few cents. Now here, I want to add another comma for that additive clause. Natural antibiotics like parsley and garlic cost just a few cents. So some more quantitative language. That's how I achieve my high band example. And as we know, parsley and garlic are very effective for bacterial infections. So I can use that as an example in my next body paragraph also. Okay, so thank you for that suggestion, Chantal. That was good. All right. Joanne, Justy, a new member. Thanks for becoming a member, Joanne. Joanne, send me an email later today so I can hook you up with some of our perks, okay? So Joanne says, for example, many individuals have been using pills to lose weight because they want a cure for obesity. However, some people use natural ingredients such as turmeric, lemon, ginger, and hot water. Joanne, so that's kind of a diet remedy, and although obesity is an illness, it's okay. I would go with something a little bit more sickly. So something like antibiotics, or something that has to do with surgery, or something that has to do with catching the flu or the cold. So you don't have to overthink it, students, okay? You don't have to overthink it. All right, so that's a good example. So now I want my concluding sentence. So here I can add one more sentence, especially since this body paragraph is not that long at this stage. So let's write a sentence that summarizes or even emphasizes the points made in the body paragraph and helps me to flow into the next body paragraph 2. Okay? Parmjeet is asking, should I be using different kinds of sentence structures to get good band scores? Parmjeet, yes, you should. So you should use complex, compound sentences in your essay to get a good band score, because good writing most of the time will use a variety of sentence structures. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Welcome back, English with Zachariah Sultan. Amrit said, this is a very useful example as individuals need this kind of medication in day-to-day life, not lifestyle, Amrit, just day-to-day life, okay? Hi, Yuya in Japan. All right, so we're still waiting on those connecting sentences. Now, I might want to do one more sentence here. I'm just going to throw it in. So, all right, just because I introduced the idea of they're easily accessible. So I added a sentence there while waiting. Pachu says, therefore, this is one reason for using alternative medicines. Yeah, so the original argument is that they're not effective and it's a waste of time. So you're right, Pachu, expressing that this is one of the benefits of the traditional medicines is a good idea to include into your concluding sentence, 100%. Okay, so here is how I would do it. Oops, just give me a second. Okay. So not only is cost efficiency one benefit of using alternative medicines, but also they are truly effective. Okay, so that would be my connecting concluding sentence. So not only is cost efficiency one benefit of using alternative medicines, but also they are truly effective. All right, let's read the whole body paragraph together to make sure that it makes sense, and then we can go into our second body paragraph. So here we go. Read with me. Many forms of alternative medicines are quite affordable for the general public and can be easily accessed. In many cases, traditional remedies can be bought for just a few dollars or even produced in a person's backyard. Instead of backyard, if I'm at home reviewing this essay, what should I write instead of backyard? So what's a better word than backyard? What's a more accurate word? When you're reviewing your essays, you should always look for the best word choice. Backyard is not bad. But yeah, that's right, Chang Hung, Joanne. Garden. It's much better. CEO Goose says front lawn or even the balcony. Sure, but I think garden is the most appropriate term here. So don't overdo it. Just use the most appropriate term. So garden. As where modern pharmaceuticals may cost 10 times as much to cure the same illness. For instance, antibiotics used to treat bacterial infections can cost hundreds of dollars for just a few pills. However, natural antibiotics like parsley and garlic cost just a few cents. In addition, these herbs can be bought at nearby grocery stores and produce retailers without having to get prescriptions to exchange at a pharmacy. Not only is cost efficiency one benefit of using alternative medicines, but also they are truly effective. Okay, so now we are ready for body paragraph 2. Same idea. We started off with the topic sentence. Okay, so give me the topic sentence for body paragraph 2. Yeah, CEO Goose, you could add therefore in front of the last sentence. Therefore, not only is cost efficiency, yeah, you can do that, sure. Give it more emphasis. For Dobbs, that works really well as your connecting or concluding sentence also, all right? So now I'm looking for the topic sentence of body paragraph 2, and of course, looking at the thesis, effective intervention for most ailments, we know that this has to be about the utility of traditional medicines in curing illness. Okay, so give me a sentence that paraphrases that concept and hopefully gives me a little bit more detail and more definition to this idea. All right. Most importantly, so we're emphasizing this. So Pachu says traditional medicine is not less effective than, you have to have your comparative there, Pachu. So traditional medicine is not less effective than modern medicine, but also oftentimes a better cure for certain diseases. Okay? Amrit says, many people ascertain that traditional medicines cannot do much, but there is a lot to consider as they can be very useful. Yeah, I'm right. It's not bad. I think it's a little bit wordy and a little bit redundant, a little bit repetitive with the introduction, but it's not bad. Sheng Hung says, on the other hand, natural herbs are more effective and have less side effects than modern medicine, which many people prefer to Western medicine. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Monica says, people can easily cure diseases like the common cold, headaches, and burns by using homemade remedies. Okay, that's another very good start, Monica. Roshni says, nowadays, most people grow traditional plants because they cure not only the root of the illness, but effective for a variety of diseases. Roshni, I made some corrections there. It's not bad. Okay, it's not bad. Just careful with your word form and word order. Co Gu says, secondly, it is irrefutable that natural herbs are... Okay, let me try that, Co Gu. Secondly, it is an irrefutable fact that natural herbs have powerful, long-lasting, and effective results. Okay, just a little bit of a change there, Co Gu's. Kisi says traditional medicines target the cause of the problem, which is more effective than modern interventions. Okay. Most importantly, traditional medicines often target the root of medical problems as opposed to just the symptoms, and have positive, long-lasting results. Sure, so I took a couple of your responses and I included it into one topic sentence here. So most importantly, traditional medicines often target the root of medical problems as opposed to just the symptoms and have positive, long-lasting results. Do I need any commas in this sentence? So do I need any punctuation in this sentence? Maybe a semicolon? Amrit says no. Onisim says maybe a comma with the as. Yeah, so I could definitely include a comma here. And a comma here. Okay, because that's an additive clause. So again, if I count these as a third stop, then I can read it like this. Most importantly, traditional medicines often target the root of medical problems as opposed to just the symptoms and have positive, long-lasting results. Okay? Good. So, explanation. Can you give me a good explanation for that? Vruti Bhavsar, that's another good topic sentence, certainly, sure. Okay. Explain that for me. So what do you mean they target the root of the problems, not just the symptoms, and have long-lasting effects? So what are you trying to tell me here? So Ferdov says natural herbs treat many diseases without detrimental effects for other organs. and traditional medicines cure the root of health problems. For Dobbs, I'm guessing that's your topic sentence, and for that it's good. Okay? Give me an explanation. Okay? What do you mean? What do you mean they attack the root of the problem? All right, while you're telling me that, I'll start writing a little bit to keep things moving along. All right. The focus of many ancient therapies and natural herbs the use of many ancient therapies and natural herbs is concerned with strengthening the human body, specifically the afflicted individual's immune system, rather than just attacking the pathogens which cause the sickness. Okay, let's see if some of you came up with a similar concept. Shang Hung says some pills have the same ingredients as herbs which come from nature or earth. It is not only practical but also has less side effects. Shang Hung, I get what you're saying, but I think that's a little bit confusing to the reader because now you're saying that, oh, wait a second, Western medicine and Eastern medicine are kind of the same. We're just taking herbs and concentrating them into these pills. It's confusing. I wouldn't go that route. One way, students, to keep your explanation clear is to think about the example that you used in your body paragraph 1. Okay? So, Chayapat says the majority of natural medicines, they are not only have less, just let me get that back, they are not have less side effect on human organism, but they also strengthen human body immune system. Chayapat, you have some grammatical mistakes, but your ideas are great. So just work on your grammar. Once you have good grammar with the same idea, you'll have a very high band score. Okay? Chung Min says, yet doctors are thinking therapies are the problem of medicines, despite in old books are remaining consequences of diseases and influences of disease. Okay, Chung Min, I'm quite confused by what you're stating there, so you want to rethink that a little bit. Okay? All right, Satisfying Times, good to see you in class, says, as the natural plants are the source of modern pills, using them in the right way with knowledge will be more precise and less dangerous as there are no side effects. Satisfying Times, remember not to use will, so don't jump to the future. Okay, try to avoid that word will. Okay. Amarjeet says, Ayurvedic and homeopathic remedies are not only used to treat chronic diseases, but also have no side effects, work gradually and effectively. Yeah, it's all right. All right, so here, this is what I wrote. The use of many ancient therapies and natural herbs is concerned with strengthening the human body. Specifically, the afflicted individual's immune system. Afflicted individual means the person who's sick. Afflicted individual's immune system, rather than just attacking the pathogens which cause the sickness. Pathogens are like a virus or a bacteria that causes the illness, right? So antibiotics attack the bacteria. So how did I come up with my explanation? So some of you are like, wow, Adrian, I don't know, maybe you did a lot of biology in university or something. But no, it wasn't that, okay? That wasn't the way that I came up with this explanation. The way I came up with this explanation is I thought about my previous example. So remember that my previous example, borrowing it from, I think, Chantal, one of our members, who said that natural antibiotics like parsley and garlic cost just a few cents. Now, what does parsley and garlic actually do for the human body? It doesn't just flush the human body. It doesn't just attack the bacteria that's in the human body, but in fact, garlic strengthens the human's immune system. Same with parsley. So that's what I thought about. I'm like, okay, wait a second. So how do a lot of these herbs really help the individual? It's not the herb that's fighting the bacteria, but the herbs and the different kinds of remedies are strengthening the body of the individual. Okay, so promoting the immune system to do its job. So that's what we're dealing with here, and that makes for a good explanation for my body paragraph 2. Chungmin, yeah, afflicted individual means a sick or ill individual. Yeah, it's the harmed. Another way, Chungmin, to think about it is a harmed individual. Yeah, okay. All right, so boosting the immune system. That's right, Erwin. Okay, so far so good. Now I want to come up with my example. And my example, ideally, should be connected with my first example. So if I can make a connection between my body paragraph examples, that adds coherence and cohesion to my task 2 and makes it much, much better. Okay, so here we go with the example. You can try writing it as well. Here we're making a simple connection. So the same garlic and parsley used to treat a bacterial infection not only helps to cleanse the body, but also boosts the immune system so that the person's natural defenses can restore health. Okay, so that's my example. So again, I'm using the garlic and the parsley, which I easily accessed from my garden or the local vegetable fruit stand in the example to boost my immune system and help my body. Now, I'm not using my because it's a third person essay. Okay? All right? So, now I don't need a connecting or concluding sentence because I have the conclusion coming. Okay? So, since the conclusion is coming, I can just jump right into the conclusion. And the conclusion paragraph has the points restated, has 3 parts, has the argument strengthened, and a take-home message. Okay, so these are the three elements of a good conclusion. So let's read our introduction, body 1, body 2, and then we can do the conclusion. It's not a summary, Lin Alhamd. A conclusion is more than a summary. Okay? CO Goose, you could, but I think that you're going to have stronger cohesion if you use an example. So for simplicity's sake, students, in your body paragraphs, you should always be thinking topic, sentence, explanation, example. Okay? All right. So here we go. Many people believe in using alternative medicines to treat their illness. Traditional forms of medicine have been around for centuries and include the use of herbs, elements, oils, and even energy transference. It is vital to assess the utility of such treatments in a modern world of medicine for the benefit of patients. Although some individuals ascertain that alternative medicine is a negative trend, this is completely inaccurate because alternative medicine is extremely inexpensive and effective intervention for most ailments. Many forms of alternative medicines are quite affordable for the general public and can be easily accessed. In many cases, traditional remedies can be bought for just a few dollars or even produced in a person's garden, as where modern pharmaceuticals may cost 10 times as much to cure the same illness. For instance, antibiotics used to treat bacterial infections can cost $100 for just a few pills. However, natural antibiotics like parsley and garlic cost just a few cents. In addition, these herbs can be bought at nearby grocery stores and produce retailers without having to get prescriptions to exchange at a pharmacy. Not only is cost efficiency one benefit of using alternative medicines, but also they are truly effective. Most importantly, traditional medicines often target the root of the medical problems as opposed to just the symptoms and have positive, long-lasting results. The use of many ancient therapies and natural herbs is concerned with strengthening the human body, specifically the afflicted individual's immune system, rather than just attacking the pathogens which cause the sickness. The same garlic and parsley used to treat a bacterial infection not only helps to cleanse the body, but also boosts the immune system so that the person's natural defenses can restore health. Okay, fantastic. So now I just have the conclusion to go. And here we go. So points restated. In conclusion, the notion that alternative medicines are invaluable is completely absurd. Absurd. Not obscured. Anyway, one of you will help me out. Change it to a word I know how to spell. Medicines are invaluable is completely false, as they are often less expensive and more effective. In the end, it is foolish to think that our ancestors did not know what they were doing. Okay, So that is my conclusion. Okay. Thank you, Mercy Phillip. Yeah, absurd, not absurd. Thank you for the spelling. All right. Yeah, absurd means false. Absolutely. Amina says, we haven't talked about traditional medicines being harmful. Is that because we chose to agree that it's better than modern medicines? Absolutely, Amina. So in this kind of essay, when you are asked to what degree do you agree, it's way back at the beginning of our lesson yesterday. So to what extent do you agree with this statement? If you completely disagree with the statement that they're harmful or that they're useless, then your essay has to focus on explaining how they are useful and how they are effective. Okay? All right. Chung Min says, in conclusion, the herbs and other natural medicines that people get from the environment are affordable and effective. Don't refer to the points above, Chungmin. That's unnecessary. So don't reflect on location of information in the essay. Okay? Vishal, same thing. So Vishal says from the points above. Students, don't use, so in your introduction, and this is a very important point, if you want to get good band scores in your essay, then here are 2 more quick tips for you to consider. Okay? So, to get good band scores on task 2, A, in your introduction, do not state what your essay will discuss. Just state it. Okay? And the second one is, in your conclusion, do not refer to the location of ideas in your essay, like as stated above. Okay? I know it's there. I just read it. You don't need to remind me of that. That's just kind of weird. All right? So instead, just state your points clearly and directly. Okay? It's always better in communication, whether written or oral, to just directly state your points. All right? Okay, students, that's it for me for today, for this week. We will continue with live classes on Wednesday. As usual, live classes are Wednesday to Saturday, 13:30 to 14:30 Central European Time and 15 to 16 o'clock Central European Time. You're most welcome, students. Make sure to practice these skills at home and check us out at aehelp.com for academic IELTS, GIELTShelp.com for general. General looks like this. Click that red button, spend a couple dollars, get a lot of great materials to truly help you improve your scores. We are now British Council IELTS Registration Center partners as well, so we definitely know what we're talking about. This is our academic website here with the blue background, same thing. Click that big red button to join us there. All right, students. Have a great rest of your weekend. Sweet dreams if it's late in your country. Much love to all of you. You have brilliant, beautiful minds. Believe in yourself. It's the most important. Bye for now.